At the beginning of the film, we are shown Larissa and her husband. There was a lot of love between them. After many years of marriage, they planned their anniversary. This time they were going to do a world tour. Larissa was very excited. She really liked her husband's company. Larissa's husband also loved her a lot. They travel a lot by flight. And here we come to know a strange habit of Larissa. Larissa had a phobia of tying a belt. She could not tie a belt in a car or plane. Even today, she did not tie a belt. And she started enjoying this journey with her husband's shoulder. First of all, the plane flew very smoothly. The journey was fine. The weather was also good. But she did not know that there could be something bad between so many good things. During the journey, this plane suddenly shook badly. Larissa also woke up from sleep. She looked outside. A jet plane was about to crash with her plane. Before this, Larissa could think of something. The second plane collided with her plane and was divided into two parts. Along with that plane, their plane's engine was also destroyed. It caught fire and the plane started damaging rapidly. The plane's pressure was also damaged. The air hostess in the plane also started flying. And because Larissa did not tie the seat belt, she also flew away in the air pressure. Although she tried to stabilize herself by hitting her hands and feet, but everything was in vain. After putting a lot of effort, she managed to hold the seat of this broken plane with great difficulty. At this time, Larissa was very nervous. She somehow wanted to go ahead and sit with her husband. But suddenly, there was a powerful blast in the back of the plane. The back part of the plane crashed and fell to the ground. Despite the fall of the back part, the next part of the plane, in which Larissa was at that time, was flying fast in the air. Larissa did not care about anything. She was just coming forward to go to her husband. All the people present here were feeling that they would die now. Suddenly, the air pressure came and Larissa flew forward. Before she went too far, her husband tried to catch her and save her. But the air pressure was so high that Larissa's husband managed to hold her hand for a few seconds and finally, their hands were separated. This plane also crashed and fell down. The part in which Larissa's husband was left, he had fallen down completely. In the part where Larissa was, that part was still in the air and was slowly going down. Anyone at this time would only think about their death. But Larissa had her husband in her mind. She had to save her life and meet her husband. With great difficulty, she sat on the seat and tied the belt. What happened after that? She was not conscious. The scene was cut. We were shown a scene after a while, where this time Larissa's chair is lying in the middle of the jungle. The plane has crashed badly. Many parts of the plane were not close to her. After coming to her senses completely, she remembered that she had had a very big plane crash. As soon as she remembered this, she felt a severe pain in her leg. When she looked down, her leg was in a bad condition. A very big iron rod was stabbed in her leg. This is really a very creepy scene. Her leg condition is so bad that it is not visible. Larissa also knows that she cannot walk with this condition. She was very brave and pulled the rod out of her leg with both hands, although this time her life was taken. With her screams, the whole jungle was echoed. As soon as the rod came out, blood started flowing fast. To stop the blood, she tore her skirt and bandaged it. But even this small bandage was not able to control the flowing blood. To save herself, she had to get up and move on. She tried to get up, but she could not get up in so much pain. She hoped that people would have come here to rescue her by now. That's why she started calling for help. But unfortunately, no one had reached here yet. She got up and saw a shadow behind someone. She went near and saw a girl. Seeing her, she lost hope. But when she went near and touched the girl, she was dead. Knowing this, all her courage started breaking. In a state of pain and sorrow, Larissa fainted here. After the scene was cut, we were shown the Russian journal. Who has received news of 2 plane crashes. And they have also started the rescue operation. People have started to rush to the rescue. But no one has reached Larissa yet. Here we saw Larissa, who was conscious due to the mosquito bite. As soon as she regained consciousness, the helicopter sound echoed in her ears. And she understood that the rescue team has arrived for the operation. Hoping to survive, she decided to move on. She took off a scarf from the dead body next to her. She put on her bandage and started moving forward, in the direction of the helicopter sound. Fortunately, she reached a field area in the middle of the jungle. From where the helicopter could see her. She tried to point the helicopter while moving the scarf. But unfortunately, the pilots could not see her. She did not give up and started walking again in the direction of the helicopter. It was so difficult for her to walk straight that no one could even think. She was in a bad state of pain and weakness. While walking, she met a teddy on the way. This teddy also looked like a treasure. And why? We will find out now. She took off the bandage from the teddy and straightened her pin. After that, rubbing the pin hard. After that, rubbing the pin hard, she placed it on a leaf. This pin and leaf worked like a compass. Her husband taught her this trick when he went camping. And today, this trick was saving her life. The direction of this leaf finally took her to a river. The water was clean and drinking water. Water was very important for survival. She drank a lot of water and washed her face. And after that, she filled a plastic bag with a lot of water. After filling this water, she went back to the place where her plane crashed, where she was staying. Here, she took out the coat of the dead woman and wore it, because it was very cold. After that, she picked up a stick from the side and tied her bag with that stick. With the help of the stick, she moved forward. She moved forward very carefully, facing the dangers. There were a lot of dangers on the way. Because of that, she had to be very careful. After traveling for many hours, she faced all the dangers. While pushing, she finally reached an open field outside the jungle. But she didn't know that it was more dangerous than the jungle. Because this place was a maze, which immediately pulled Arissa inside. Arissa started to suffer. To get out, she grabbed the ground. But the ground here was also slippery. Before the mud could pull her inside, Larissa used all her strength to get out, and the tree grabbed a branch, which was at least strong enough to bear Larissa's weight. And with the help of that, Larissa came out. At that time, all her strength was gone. She didn't know. As soon as she came out, she fell asleep. After hours, when she regained consciousness, she saw that this place was very dangerous. She immediately got up from here and moved forward to save her life. She now took the mountain road. She hoped that when she reached the top, She will definitely find someone. Despite the wounds on her feet, while hurting herself, she kept climbing up. But unfortunately, as soon as she reached the top, her feet started shaking, and she fell down again. At this time, all her hopes were broken. If she wanted, she wouldn't have gotten up from here. But then, in her mind, all the beautiful moments she spent with her husband, she started to remember. She never thought that her honeymoon trip will become so dangerous. Her husband will be separated from her on this trip. As soon as she thought this, she decided to look for her husband. And this decision gave her so much courage that she not only stood up again, but she also crossed the Sam mountain and reached the top. There was a little light here. There was a little peace. She thought that she should rest for a while. But maybe this was not in her fate. Because in front of her, she saw a hungry tigress. She was looking for her prey. Larissa thought that she would pass by. But her bad luck, that before she left, that tigress saw her. As soon as she was looking for her prey, this tigress started running after Larissa. And to save herself, Larissa also had to run fast. She had a wound on her leg. She was not able to run at full speed, while the tigress was running at full speed. As soon as the distance between Larissa and the tigress was reduced, then Larissa thought, now her life is over. But her bad luck was not going away. There was a pit ahead. While running, Larissa stumbled and fell into that pit. In the pit, the tigress left her just like that. As soon as the tigress left, she came out of the pit and started climbing to the other side. This was a high mountain. When she reached the edge of the mountain, there was no place for her happiness, because on the other side of the mountain, she could see the part of the plain on which her husband was sitting. In the excitement of meeting her husband, she didn't think of anything and started coming down from the mountain. In the cold river water, she put her feet and moved ahead. But crossing this river was not as easy as she thought. As soon as the river got deeper, the flow of water took her out. And the icy water frozen all her blood. With courage, somehow on her way, she caught the stone coming from the river. But now it was difficult for her to move ahead in pain. While swimming, she reached the edge of the mountain, where there was a puddle. She thought that her husband would see her. But here, there was a dangerous scene. She saw a corpse, which was almost rotten, because 3 days had passed since that incident. This was the corpse of the pilot. She found an emergency gun near the pilot's deck. This was a flare gun, which had 2 bullets. With courage, she fired 1 bullet. But unfortunately, there was no one to see her. And here, she decided to fire the second bullet, from where she expected to see someone. While moving ahead, something hit her feet. This was her husband's bag, in which her husband had made a lot of sketches for her. Looking at this, she was expecting to see Kiran. She found out that her husband was nearby. She started looking for her husband, leaving everything behind. Finally, she found her husband. He was sitting on plain. As soon as she hugged him, there were tears in her eyes. She felt that peace, which she hadn't seen for 3 days. She quickly took out her wedding ring and put it on his hand. They both relaxed and slept here After a while, everything she saw was her dream. And here, her husband's body was a dead body. As soon as she realized this, she screamed so loudly that the whole forest was silent. Her crying and beating, no one could hear her. Meanwhile, we see that the helicopter was about to land on the Sam River, where Larissa was. She was able to use the flare gun. She used the flare gun. But after that, she was paralyzed. She hadn't eaten for 3 days, and she had an accident. She was lucky. The rescue officer saw her signal and came to rescue her. She was in a very bad condition. Till now, they only found one woman alive. The rescue officer quickly took off her jacket and gave it to Larissa, and she was rescued. At the end of the story, we found out that this accident was real. In 1981, in this plane crash, only one woman survived. We have seen this story